Today I'm going to give a great opportunity to an early access game fresh off the boat. I'm gonna give this game a chance to prove that it's literally unplayable. Alright, here's Dungeons of Edera. Look at that, we got a village that was devastated and there's bandits that fight me. Look at these characters. Oh my god, is this some kind of Skyrim? I can't wait to see. I'm not feeling great about these camera controls or these player controls. Let's just keep going, I guess. You know, I technically didn't actually like the gameplay of Skyrim. In fact, I think Skyrim is like exclusively a talking to NPC simulator. I like Skyrim because of the story and the characters and not because of the combat, which is quite underwhelming. But this game has a combat that's messed up in an entirely different way. It seems very fluid, but then there's like almost no feedback on what you do and what the enemies do, and the way your health is managed. Alright, well, let's see. Maybe the NPCs will be great. I mean, that first NPC had some dialogue options. Of course, I shushed him away. I don't have time for an NPC before the game's even started. Alright, look, there's a woman here. She tells me, oh, can you beat these guys? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the player character. I'm gonna beat these guys. In fact, this game isn't even hard. I can beat these guys by using my gamepad with my butt cheeks, you know? Wait, I don't use a gamepad. PC Master Race. Never mind what I said. Now, if Reese was here, it would probably be like an illustration of me having a gamepad and then a keyboard in my butt cheeks. But he couldn't be here. And he made a video, but it got copyright claimed. So you're gonna hear about how glitch tech sucks next week, I guess. And I'm gonna maintain weekly uploads. So here is a video edited by me. And only me, which is convenient because this video is like 30 minutes of footage condensed into a little rant. So anyways, you're probably asking yourself, how could you have made a judgment on the game that fast? You've only played it for 30 minutes and you're already here telling us it's literally unplayable? Yes, that's right, because when you're starting out a game, what do you start with? Easy. You start with player controls, camera controls, and then enemy controls. I don't know, there's like a shitload of items in the game that do different things and they can't use them yet because I'm too low level, but none of that matters because the camera controls like fucking ass. Look at me just turning the camera. Is this what you expect to see when the camera turns? You're not even keeping the character in the center. Oh my god. And look at that dodge roll. I mean, I guess it's terrible if I do it against the wall and the camera glitches out even more, but generally, look at that dodge roll. It's so bad. Are you serious? You realize that you gotta keep the pivot point of the character in the same spot no matter where it is in the animation, so it doesn't tumble back and forth as you do a dodge roll, unless you're going for the worst camera in the gaming history, I guess. Look, here I highlighted it so that it shows you where the character should be on screen, and then here in slow motion you can see how he's just completely all over the place. Why? Do you think it'd be hard for the camera to keep up with the player? Should the camera not know if the player's gonna tumble and then, like, keep him in the same spot on screen? What the fuck? Look how bad this is! And it's not just when you're going left and right, where you can obviously see how it's off to the left or right, but if you're going forwards and backwards, the camera also keeps up. I mean, doesn't keep up. And it's weird, terrible, low polish. Oh yeah, and in case you didn't notice, it also means that when you do a dodge roll, the camera goes closer to the ground and it comes back up again, which is unacceptable. And you have characters talking without moving their mouths, which is fine, but why would you zoom in on them when they're doing that? Just bobbling their head but not moving their mouth? Is that a feature that's still happening? I gotta mention, this is in early access, but as bad as this is, I don't think it'll ever be playable, because how could it? How could you release something that has the worst camera controls ever made? Like, why? The character shouldn't be running out of the frame for like a microsecond and then the camera catches up, and it shouldn't bob up and down as you walk forwards, and holy shit, look at that run, it's so hard and annoying to control. I don't understand. And then the combat, I mean, it looks real fluid at first, but then it's just so weird, and sometimes you hit enemies and they just rocket off into the sky, like, so fast that you don't even notice them, and it looks just like they disappear. Oh my god. It's so unpolished, which I guess you'd expect from an early access game, but why? Why would you have, like, I assume a bunch of features, but no polish? Is that... You gotta start with a little polish before you release. And why do you have this calm music with birds in the background playing while I'm fighting enemies? And God, everything feels so weird and off. It almost seems, this must be what it's like to see an asset flip, but it has like 80% ratings on Steam, so what am I missing here? What is everyone else missing? Is this how low the bar is for video games nowadays? I mean, I looked at it and it was like, damn, this looks so cool, I gotta buy it. I got my refund, of course, but holy shit, it looked cool, and then as soon as you play it, you notice there's like nothing here. How long did this programming on this game take? A month? If you put 2 months in, I'd assume you'd have working controls and cameras. God damn. You know, when I complain about Greedfall's combat being garbage, you know, it's really high polished combat that just happens to have really poor design decisions. This one has like terrible design decisions, as well as being super glitchy, uncomfortable, and shit to look at. Weird. Like, look for how example they make that same lunging forward attack. Did you just happen to buy a pack that had that attack in it? And then, because you wouldn't have, like, an actual animator, you wouldn't have any access to subtle animations that would make the combat feel more comfortable? Damn! And why do we have, like, the most cartoony combat that I've ever seen, and then you have characters that you can talk to? Really? I mean, it's called the Dungeons of Edera, so why am I, like, outside doing a quest and stuff? I mean, I clicked on campaign. Should I have clicked on dungeon? Would that have worked? Would that have made it better? Would that have given me, like, combat encounters that fit within the controls and fit within the style of combat? It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can do, like, weird magic and stuff. I mean, not yet, all I can do is a shield bash, but I can tell there'll be magic and stuff. And it just doesn't feel like the kind of game that you would have NPCs in that talk to you like it's Skyrim, I guess. Well, not exactly. I guess they're more edgy and weird. Holy shit! Look at this! I'm just realizing this now. Is this tire tracks? This really is an asset flip, isn't it? Just some farmland where there was a tractor, but no, now it's medieval. Okay, cool. And why does my character look so stupid with his gambeson but shorts and no shoes? This looks so stupid. I guess that's what I get for picking up random loot from things. The worst look ever. And why are these goblins? What is with their faces? Holy shit, they look like so cartoony, but the humans look real. And then the trolls are big and they move terribly. And it seems like the goblins, despite being tiny, have like the same animations as the humans. Like, everything about this just calls out low effort. Like, look at this troll boss fight. This is where I decided to stop the game, by the way. He just does that stupid spinning attack twice, and he moves really slow. Well, I guess he would, but just look at his animations. They're so fluid and yet so stupid. It's painful to watch. And this rain, what the hell is this rain? Jesus. And then early on there was like, oh, your parents, they were killed. And then like, what? Are you kidding me? I don't give a shit about my parents. Have you seen this world? This world is a disgusting effigy of the real world. Everyone's better off dead in this world. And then, oh, my house, it doesn't even have an interior. Oh, I guess it's got grass and a tree. I love an indoors tree. I mean, I guess that's an easy mistake to make, but it's the player's house, supposedly. Come on, what are you doing? And look at that, there's a chest in it. Why did you put a chest in the door, but not, like, a floor? And remove the tree? Holy shit. That means you meant for us to be able to get in here, and then this is what we see? Holy fuck. So anyways, Dungeons of Edera is the worst game I've played in a while, and I've played it for 30 minutes, and I regretted it, except for being able to make this video. Haha. I guess there's no way you can disappoint me. Actually, I wanted to play this game for like 20 hours. Why don't you give me that? I'm supposed to play games for longer before I declare them unplayable. What have you done? But I told you this, like, the first steps would be to make the camera not suck. if you put this out on Steam Store, I'm not gonna have any hope in what you bring out in the future. This is terrible. This is the worst of the worst unplayable games. Holy shit! Nothing else on this video series has been as bad as this. I mean, obviously, because the other stuff wasn't like super bad. It was just like really cool games that had critical design flaws in them. Not this one though. This one's the dirt under your boot, baby. But have you seen my streams? You can watch me program my game. Wouldn't that be fun? Probably not for you, but it's what I do in order to get motivated to keep working on it. And to get watch time on this channel. Normally I use my other channel to stream programming. So check that out if you want. If you can catch them here before I unlist them. Oh man, I should have been negative in this video, haven't I? You probably think, oh, this game actually doesn't look that bad. Probably got a lot of potential. What are a few bugs? I can play a bad game. You know, me, I can play a bad game. I play a bad game, I don't mind. As long as the controls are acceptable in some ways. But this is like, if like a kid had just like bought some assets and then just put in like, I don't even know. How could you end up with camera controls this bad? Because they had to be made by someone, but then I guess that someone has like fundamentally no idea about how programming works. Like the idea that someone would make these camera controls and then they would move on to the next task is just so beyond me that I just cannot comprehend. It's like you're gonna have to play with these camera controls for the rest of the development. Whenever you test, you're gonna have these camera controls and these player controls. And you just thought, yeah, that's fine, I'll move on to making items and stories and characters. No! You can't do that. It's like you're building a house, but the foundation is like a literal dung pile. It's like, instead of concrete, we just used poop. Well, let's move on to the second floor and the third floor. We're gonna build that next. No, your foundation's poop. It's gonna tumble. It's worse than a house of cards. It's a house of poop. It's not safe. Please stop. Security. Please, the government, stop this madman. He's gonna try and build this house and then sell it, and then people are gonna play it and they're gonna tumble and shit and be crushed by whatever they built on top of the shit. It's not gonna work. I mean, I know they actually used to build houses out of shit and that worked, but this isn't like bricks out of dried shit. This is like actual liquid dung, and they just tried to pour cement on top of it. Okay, this is what this game is. So now you know. Now you know why Dungeons of Edera is unplayable.